What up, YouTube? Knowledge is self-determination. So, I wanted to make this video in response to a conversation that I had at work today. I was talking to a brother who I just really started acquainting myself with. I wish I had acquainted myself with him last school year because it's a very smart brother, and I was actually surprised at how knowledgeable he was. Uh, Maybe because of my own presumptions about him, which I can honestly say I didn't have it. I didn't really give too much thought about who or what he was, but the brother's very intelligent, and he's definitely down for black people. But we were talking about we were talking about the issue with Michael Bennett, and to be honest with you, I was we were talking about the Michael Bennett situation with the white chick and all of that, and how the NFL is siding with the white girl and blah blah blah. Same talk most brothers are gonna have, and probably the same and probably come to the same conclusion that most brothers are gonna come to. That the NFL is looking out for white privilege, is keeping white privilege intact over serving justice, right? Now, he brought up the issue of boycotting the NFL, and he was like, I love the NFL. He played football in college. He was actually going to go to the NFL Combine and try out for the NFL, right? He quickly changed his mind because a friend of his told him to hold the NFL Combine in contrast with the slave auction blocks. He told me this. A friend told me, just hold them in contrast. Look at the slave auction blocks and then look at the NFL Combine. And after holding those two things in contrast, he decided to stay away from the NFL because it was literally like a slave auction block, right? Measuring your chest size, how fast you can run, how high you can jump, measuring your biceps, and like they did the slaves on the auction block, right? But he was saying, that he doesn't see any need to boycott the NFL because, and this is what Barbershop Conversations was saying. We did our collab, and there were a lot of things that I did agree with him when we did our collab, and even the video he did prior to that I made a response video to. And both these brothers bring up excellent points. This brother brought up the issue of not boycotting the NFL because they don't cater to black people anyway, right? And that's a very good point. We're not their target audience. Look at the advertisements that they play. Look at who the advertisements and the sponsors and so on and so forth are actually geared towards. And he's absolutely right. The NFL does not, cater to our people at all. We're not their target audience. White men are their target audience. They just need us for the players. Because even if black people stop watching the NFL, white people will still watch it because black people are playing. And we all know that 77% of the NFL is black talent. And out of that 77%, maybe less than 1% are willing to put their jobs on the line to stand up for what is right or what they believe to be right. Now, I'm not saying this because I have changed my mind on boycotting the NFL, because I gave him the reasons why I've been boycotting the NFL for years. Because it is not an organization that is very friendly towards my people unless you are exploitable talent. But he brought up the issue of boycotting the NFL sponsors, making them lose money, right? Boycotting their sponsors. If we start boycotting their sponsors, right? I'm not trying to be on this Michael Vick shit. He paid his due to society, man. I'm not a fan of dog fighting, but the man paid his debt to society. But anyway, he was talking about boycotting the sponsors. Because see, if we boycott the sponsors and they start losing money from the black community, it could actually have a very huge effect on the NFL and how they deal with and treat black people and or the lack thereof, so far as positive treatment is concerned, right? And I think it was a very, very he brought up a very good point, boycotting the people that sponsor the NFL, boycotting these products, not buying these products, going with their rivals, because I mean, like for instance, Super Bowl event sponsors, like for instance, like you don't have to eat General Mills cereal, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to eat General Mills cereals. You can eat Kellogg cereal, right? I don't see them on the list anywhere. You don't have to subscribe to Comcast cable. You can subscribe to AT&T. Comcast hasn't bought them out yet. You know what I'm saying? Comcast also bought. They own Universal Studios now, I believe, too. You don't have to support Universal Studios or Universal Pictures because they are a subsidiary of Comcast and CBS, as you can see, right? So there are different ways you can boycott if you feel the need to patronize any business. You can always patronize the businesses that do not support the NFL. But I just wanted to make this this video because I thought that was a very good conversation. It was very productive, and it did make me think about that for a second. Boycotting the NFL sponsors, right? Because if they lose money because of that, let me say this. Economic boycotts have usually been, for the most part, the only things that have worked for our people so far as getting big business to listen to us, getting government to listen to us. That's what the boycotts that the civil rights movement organized were geared to do. Even though it took a while for them to actually listen, but when they started to realized that they couldn't make all of their money just off of their target demographic, they were forced to listen, right? They were forced to listen. Remember, black people, we spend over $1 trillion a year in this country. $1 trillion is disposable income, right? Which means that whatever we stop spending our money on, those industries are going to feel that. They are going, $1 trillion is a lot of money. That is a lot of money. That is more money than 99.9% of the people will ever see in their lives. I'm sure it's probably an even bigger number than that. But let's take that into consideration. I'm going to continue to boycott the NFL. If Colin Kaepernick gets a job, awesome. You know what I'm saying? If they get turned around on this Michael Bennett situation, cool, no problem. I'm still going to boycott the NFL because, like I said in the collab I did with a barbershop with Fred, them giving Colin Kaepernick a job doesn't mean that they've changed their stance on these situations. Doesn't mean that at all. Doesn't mean that they've changed their stance on that at all, or their views on white supremacy, white privilege, and discriminating, segregating, and disenfranchising black people, and only caring about us because we are the talent. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean any of that will change. I am well aware of that. However, we stop spending our money, they have to listen to us. Because even though they want us to believe that what we do is not important, that our money, our dollar doesn't go that far, that is one of many lies that they tell us that is not true. Our dollar goes a long way. Us not financially supporting industries that don't care about us has an effect. Like I said, I will continue to boycott the NFL until we get more black owners, until we get more black coaches, until we start to be treated as black people equally within the confines of the NFL. Until we are treated equally, yes, I will continue to boycott the NFL. Because I can tell you right now, I mean, I love football. I grew up playing football. But watching football does not add any value to my life at all. It really doesn't. It's hours out of my day that I'm actually being unproductive while I'm watching football. It does nothing to enhance or increase the pleasure that I get out of life. It does nothing for any of that. You know what I'm saying? I, like most people, watch football because I enjoy the sport, the competition, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? I don't get a football fanboy paycheck just for watching. Nobody sends me a check and say, you know what? Thanks for your support. Here's $100. Nobody does that. They don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, enough about that. But I just wanted to say that, let's expand this boycott of the NFL. Let's expand this to their sponsors, because as long as their sponsors are willing to pay for advertising and things like that, and give up money so that the NFL can be what it is for the most part, what reason do they have to care about us boycotting it? As a whole, I think black people boycotting the NFL will make I think it will make a difference. I really do. I think that it will get people to listen. I do. I really do. But if we do all of these things, boycott the NFL, boycott their sponsors, you know what I'm saying? I think it will have such an immense impact on, how they treat black people going forward. You know what I'm saying? I just truly believe that, I said Michael Bennett. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. I said Michael Bennett. The Ezekiel Elliott situation. I apologize. I just realized that I said the wrong name. I apologize about that. Michael Bennett wasn't the one going through that situation. It was Ezekiel Elliott. I apologize for that, guys. Had a little brain fart for a second there. But yeah, I believe that boycotting the NFL, and also I'm not changing my stance. I'm adding a new wrinkle into my stance. Boycotting their sponsors alongside of boycotting the NFL, I believe will have dramatic impact on it. And to kind of go back to the barbershop conversation. I know that was kind of redundant. But I do believe also that the players getting involved will have a great impact on the situation. That is true. I believe that the players getting involved with this boycott of the NFL and standing up with Colin Kaepernick will have a huge impact. I believe that it will. I just don't think that we should wait around for these dudes to get in line. I don't think so. If we boycott them and their sponsors, we don't need to wait for them to stand up with us. We don't need that, It's good to see that Colin Kaepernick has received some support from other brothers in the NFL. I do like the fact that other brothers have supported him, and have, and as you can see, there are players who aren't putting their hands over their hearts during the national anthem, although they're standing. That also is a sign of protest as well. But yeah, I just wanted to say that, man. I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to give my thoughts on that. That we need to expand this boycott. Not only boycotting the NFL, but boycotting their sponsors as well. We need to hit them where it hurts. And in their pockets is where it hurts. Money is the only language that these fantastically wealthy sons of bitches respect. That's the only way they're going to listen to us, is if we hurt them where it matters. And in their pockets is where it matters for them. And that's all I wanted to say, man. I just wanted to, drop that on you guys. I mean, let me know what you guys think. Leave your comments in the comment section. Like, learn, and subscribe. And remember, man, I mean, some sacrifice is necessary in order to achieve your ultimate goal. And sacrificing, your fanaticism over football is worth it in order for our people to be treated equally. But that's all I have. I'm out. Peace.